It's my pleasure to call upon Rav Meir Shushan, the Rav of the Lincoln Place Shul, the Beis Medrash on Lincoln Place, to share with us some words in Chizuk and Seidrus.
Thank you, Reb Lazer. And it's amazing how you are taking care of the Gashmius of Crown Heights. A few days ago, we had a meeting regarding the Gashmius of the people in Crown Heights. And now you're taking care of the Ruchnius of Crown Heights. That's amazing. Continue this amazing job. Dear friends, I would like to dedicate these few words, Leilu Nishmas, my uncle, that tonight is the Shloshim. His name is Yosef Ben Meir HaKohen. So tonight we have to speak about Lo Yisirtzach. So when we hear the subject of Lo Yisirtzach, everyone feels that it doesn't speak to him. And however, I just wanted to point out what it says, that the first sin ever, the first Avera ever made was actually Lo Yisirtzach. And it's explaining Kabbalah that Adam HaRishon, when he sinned, he was actually sent out of the Gan Eden, just like the person that kills has to go to Ir Miklat. Eibeshter was very merciful to him, and he considered him as a shoygeg. However, he was meant to be considered a mazid. So the inyan of Lo Yisirtzach is a general Aveira, and this is an Aveira that is the base for all the rest of the Aveiras. So in order to understand how it applies to us, I would like to share with you what it says in Chassidus about the Lo Yisirtzach. It says that the concept of Lo Yisirtzach means to shed blood. When someone takes blood from someone else, and that's called a murder, and that's called killing him. The Mittel Rebbe asks the Maimer, how the Eibusher can speak to the Yidden about Lo Yisirtzach. The Yidden were so in such a high level that Lo Yisirtzach doesn't apply to them. Lo Yisirtzach speaks about people that are more connected to physicality. Lo Yisirtzach speak to the Yidden in the time of Matan Torah. So the Mittel Rebbe answers that the Eibusher wanted to make sure that the Yidden won't have any connection with Lo Yisirtzach, even in a very, very thin way, because sometimes we can do a Lo Yisirtzach and it's not physically killing a Jew, but Chas v'Shalom, it's exactly as if that Yid was killed. You know, people say, why did Hashem have to make the miracle to see the letters of the Aseres HaDibros? It says that Aseres HaDibros were visible. And the answer is because otherwise people would explain Lo Yisirtzach with the Vav. Loi, him you should tirtzach, that's an exception. And Loi sinach, Loi sachmoid. That's what the Eibusher made sure that it's visible, so we understand it's Loi with an Aleph, you should not. And the Mittel Rebbe explains that actually we see a few examples of Lo Yisirtzach in our lives. And the first example he brings is whenever we are making someone embarrassed, when we are embarrassing someone. And interestingly, the Mittel Rebbe says that this applies even when we show him a halacha. You know, people think that whenever it's about halacha, it's all free, all out. Yeah, the guy is doing a mistake, just scream at him in front of everybody. Tonight he counted the wrong oimer, so everybody has to scream at him. No. Or Baal Koireh, sometimes he does a mistake in Kriyas HaTorah, everybody screams. Didn't you realize that the Baal Koireh has 3 people next to him? No, but people sometimes feel a kind of achievement when they fix up something by someone else. And the Tzemach Tzedek in the mitzvah of Lo Yisevaru Eish explains that this is exactly called killing someone, because the moment you are shedding blood, you're taking someone's vitality out from him, because the moment the person gets corrected, he is obviously becoming white, even if it doesn't look like that, but actually it happens to him. I saw in a sefer, how do you pronounce it? Lo Yisirtzach or Lo Yisirtzoch? So it says in the sefer, both are true. If you lane Lo Yisirtzach in the Tam Tachtoin, in the regular way how we read the Parshas Yisro, so it says Lo Yisirtzach with the Patach. But if you lane Lo Yisirtzach in Tam Elyon, so then it's Lo Yisirtzach with the Kamatz. So what is the difference? It says Patach means to open, and Kamatz means to close. There are people that are killing Lo Yisirtzach with the Patach. The moment they open their mouth, that's called killing. Why? Because the Gemara says when a person is not meant to be a leader, or a person who is not meant to say his mind, and he's opening up and he's saying his opinion when he that's really not his position, it's called a loisertzach. Rabim chalalim hipilo. And the same way, you have a person that is doing a loisertzach with a komatz when he's closing his mouth. This person is very capable. He has all the capacity of leading, of showing the way. If this person is going to approach that young man on the street and is going to speak to him, that young man is going to accept the rebuke, but he doesn't speak. No, I'm not, that's not for me. I'm not his teacher, I'm not his rabbi, I'm not his father. That's also a kind of loisertzach, but this is a loisertzach with a kamatz, because you close your mouth. And unfortunately, the outcome is loisertzach. It says that loisertzach is exactly across Anochi Hashem Elokecha. Because the moment a person is doing a loisertzach, even in the ruchnisdike way, or even begashmias, the Mittel Rebbe says, when a person takes the parnasa, when a person takes someone else's parnasa, it's a literal loisertzach. So it has to do straight with Anochi Hashem Elokecha. It says that the 10 commandments are exactly like the 10 ma'amoros. The Eibusher said 10 sentences, and these sentences are exactly like the Aseres HaDibrei. So loisertzach goes on who? On which of the Asara Ma'amoros? So it says that loisertzach goes on Ishetzu Amayim, speaking about the fish. And here's the message, that a person should not be like a fish, that the big one swallows the small one. Even a big fish should understand that the small fish has what to say and what to do. It should not be chas v'shalom chaim beloi. And actually, this is exactly the mitzvah that Bnei Esau, the Midrash says, that when the Eibusher came first to Bnei Esau to ask them if they want the Torah, so they answered, what does it says there? And the Eibusher said, loisertzach. And they say, no, we can't. We have to be a reitzchim, because our lives is al harbe chotichye. We got the promise from Yitzchak that we're going to live only with our sword. So the Tzemach Tzedek explains that when a person does an Aveira, he's actually taking blood from the Kedusha. It takes vitality from Hashem, because every Jew has a neshama. So when we do an Aveira, we take vitality from our Kedusha that we have within ourselves. And this vitality, the blood that we shed, doesn't go away. It goes to someone else. It goes to the klipa, to the impurity. And here is Esau answering. He says, if I'm going to stop killing, if I'm going to stop getting people to do averas, how can I exist? My whole existence is because of the yid chas v'shalom misbehaving. And now I just want to conclude with, people are going to ask themselves, okay, but it's so difficult to be careful not to speak lashon hara. Lashon hara is loisertzach. Taking parnasa is loisertzach. Correcting someone brutally is loisertzach. So that's so difficult. That's not for me. I don't think I'm going to be able to fulfill this mitzvah. So here comes what the Rebbe said. The Rebbe says all the dibros are said in a language of a order. Loisertzach. It's not only a commandment. I'm asking you, please don't murder. But loisertzach means you will not murder. What does that mean? The Rebbe says in the Maimer that the world was created in a way that that is meant to fulfill the Torah. Loisertzach of the Torah means that the world is not going to murder. No, so how come people are actually murdering? The Rebbe says because people are using their bchira chofshis, they're using their own capacity in order to go against the nature of the world. The nature of the world is the promise of loisertzach. It's not going to happen, and it's not loisignev, and all the loy are a promise. So that means that we have the capacity of being careful of all those things. It's just our nature, and what's difficult is not to go according to your nature. And also I want to finish with a very interesting, here's a question that I saw. It says that the Eibusher went to Esau and offered and told Esau that there is loisertzach. And then he went to Moav, Ammon and Moav, he says leisinov. And then he went to Bnei Yishmael and he said leisignoiv. It's not fair. The Eibusher is is challenging them with something that is exactly against their nature. So here's the question: how did the Eibusher challenge the Yid against his nature? The Eibusher should come to the Yidden and tell something very difficult for us to do, and if we overcome that test, that means that we deserve the Torah. No, the Eibusher apparently did not do it. So the Meforshim are saying, yes, the Eibusher also tested the Yidden. You know how? His nature, we thought any effort is attracted by Hashem, is attracted by Torah mitzvahs. So here, and we see that the Eibusher repeated twice, even on the day of Matan Torah, the Eibusher said to Moshe Rabbeinu, go down and tell them, don't approach the mountain. Why? What's so special about approaching the mountain? Because the Eibusher knew that the nature of a Yid is to approach godliness. And the Eibusher challenged the Yid, and let me see if you're going to follow me against your nature. So this is an amazing encouragement for each and every one of us, that our nature is already good. And therefore we can easily just by a decision, if we decide to behave properly, we can easily fulfill the Lo Yisirtzach and all the rest of the mitzvahs. And of course the Eibusher is helping us, and the Yehi Ratzon that we should be able to hear the Aseres Adibros in Eretz Israel with the Moshiach Tzidkenu, and we should see that all our efforts that we did in Zman HaGolus were actually really, really important in the eyes of Hashem, because they are very important. And let me just wish Kabbalah Satira B'Simcho B'Pnius for everyone. Thank you.
Yes, Koyach Reb Meir, thank you very much for your beautiful words. It's a pleasure to hear you. You know, people sometimes don't realize it, but the Eibusher gave us in our bodies, he gave us a very quick way to remember the last 5 dibros all start with a lamed and a sof. And if you look at your left,
I don't have answers. I wonder.
Look at your left palm, you'll see over here.
Amongst, or is it wrong for us to try to get rid of Bacher?
And here is a
In other
sof.
words, New Haven was
You
Kemat going.
remember,
New Haven was Kemat going.
you always remember not to steal, and not to Sachmed and Leisan Briach and Chakar, all of those things. Just look at your hand. The Eibusher gives you a reminder, the same way we have what the Isim may say, we see our tzitzis. And remember the Tariq mitzvahs, we look at the palm of our hand, we always see a lamed and a sof. It's by everyone, even though our fingerprints are different, but the imprint of the inside of the hand is the same for everyone.